PC24 ਦੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੋਸਟ ਪੌਲ ਚੀਮਾ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੌਰਗੇਜ ਬਾਰੇ, ਰੀਅਲ estate ਬਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੋਸਤ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਬਟਸਫੋਰਡ BC ਤੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਜਲਦੀ ਹੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਨਗੇ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ 'ਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਇਨਫਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਇਨਫਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਰੇਟ ਇਨਕਰੀਜ਼ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਰੁਕ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਚੱਲੀ ਜਾਣ। ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਉੱਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਬੜੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਉਮੀਦਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਥੱਲੇ ਡਿੱਗ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ। ਕੋਈ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੀ, ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੇ ਬਗੈਰ ਸਾਡੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਾਣੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦ ਤੱਕ ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੋਸਟ ਸੌਰੀ ਗੈਸਟ ਜੁੜਨਗੇ ਮਿਸਟਰ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੁਰਾ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੁਰਾ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਜੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਫੋਨ ਨੰਬਰ ਹੈਗਾ 7788999131 ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੰਟੈਕਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਸਕਦਾ। ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੁਰਾ ਇੱਕ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਾਈਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਐਬਟਸਫੋਰਡ BC ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੋ ਤਾਂ 7789981531 ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਪਰ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਅੱਗੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਈਏ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੋਸਤਾਂ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਸੱਜਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਖ ਮੁਬਾਰਕਬਾਦ ਦੇਣੀ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅੱਜ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਨਮ ਦਿਨ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਾਲਗਿਰਾ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਨਵ ਜਨਮੇ ਸ਼ਿਸ਼ੂ ਆਏ ਨੇ ਜੀ, ਤੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਮਕਾਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕਲੋਜ਼ਿੰਗਾਂ ਕਰ ਲਿੱਤੀਆਂ, ਆਪਣੇ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਸਾਕਾਰ ਕਰ ਲਿੱਤੇ ਆ। ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ 'ਚ ਰੱਖੇ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਗਰਮ ਹਵਾ ਦਾ ਬੁੱਲਾ ਨਾ ਲੱਗਣ ਦੇਵੇ। ਉਮੀਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਭਰਵਾਂ ਹੁੰਗਾਰਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਰਹੋਗੇ। ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਫੇਰ ਅਨਾਉਂਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਫਨ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਅਵਾਰਡ ਰੱਖਿਆ $100 ਦਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ ਹਰ ਫਰਾਈਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੱਢਿਆ ਜਾਣਾ। ਅਗਲਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਨਾਮ ਆ ਉਹ 23 ਫਰਵਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਅਨਾਉਂਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਣਾ। 23 ਫਰਵਰੀ ਤੱਕ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ 3 ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਮੈਂਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਫੀਡਬੈਕ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਹ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਡਰਾਅ 'ਚ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਜੀ। ਡਰਾਅ 'ਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਕੱਢਾਂਗੇ, ਪਰ ਡਰਾਅ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੰਡੀਸ਼ਨਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਕੁ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਹੋ, 18 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਹੋ, ਕੋਈ ਪਰਚੇਜ਼ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕੋਈ ਬੰਦਿਸ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਰਚੇਜ਼ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੀ ਕਰਨਾ। ਪਰ ਜਿੱਦਣ ਡਰਾਅ ਨਿਕਲਣਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸ਼ਿਰਕਤ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਰਾਅ 'ਚ ਨਾ ਹੋਏ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਏ, ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਡਰਾਅ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਗਲੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਕੱਢਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਜੇ ਆਏ ਤਾਂ ਵਧੀਆ, ਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਡਰਾਅ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅੱਗੇ ਮੂਵ ਕਰਦਾ ਜਾਏਗਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਟ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕੋਟ, ਉਹ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਵਿਕਟਰ ਬੋਰਜ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ। ਵਿਕਟਰ ਬੋਰਜ ਰੋਜ਼ਨਬੌਮ 3 ਜਨਵਰੀ 1909 ਨੂੰ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੋ ਕੇ 23 ਦਸੰਬਰ 2000 ਤੱਕ ਉਹ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹੇ। ਕੋਈ 91 ਈਅਰ ਦੀ ਉਮਰ ਭੋਗ ਕੇ ਗਏ ਆ ਜੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲੀ ਵਿਕਟਰ ਬੋਰਜ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ। ਡੈਨਿਸ਼ ਅਮਰੀਕਨ ਕਮੇਡੀਅਨ, ਕੰਡਕਟਰ ਐਂਡ ਪਿਆਨਿਸਟ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, TV ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਯੂਰਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੇ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਖੱਟਿਆ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਦਾ ਤੇ ਕਾਮੇਡੀ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਲੈਂਡ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਨਿਕਨੇਮ ਅਰਨ ਕਰਵਾਇਆ। ਉਹ ਨਿਕਨੇਮ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਕਲਾਊਨ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸ ਆਫ ਡੈਨਮਾਰਕ। ਸੋ ਦ ਕਲਾਊਨ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸ ਆਫ ਡੈਨਮਾਰਕ ਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਿਕਨੇਮ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ। ਬੜੀ ਚਿਰ ਦੇ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲੈਗੇਸੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਬੜੀ ਲੰਬੀ ਚੌੜੀ ਹੈ। ਫਿਲਮ, TV ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬੜਾ ਯੋਗਦਾਨ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣੇ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਆਨਰਰੀ ਡਿਗਰੀ ਮਿਲੀ ਟ੍ਰਿਨਿਟੀ ਕਾਲਜ ਕਨੈਕਟੀਕਟ ਤੋਂ 1997 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਜਦੋਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਰਾਇਲ ਡੈਨਿਸ਼ ਆਰਕੈਸਟਰਾ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ 550ਵੀਂ ਐਨੀਵਰਸਰੀ ਸੈਲੀਬ੍ਰੇਟ ਕੀਤੀ 1998 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਬੋਰਜ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਆਨਰਰੀ ਮੈਂਬਰ ਅਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ। ਉਸ ਵਕਤ ਤੇ ਐਟ that time ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ honorary member ਸੀ at that time one of only 10 in the orchestra history ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ। ਵਿਕਟਰ ਬੋਰਜ ਨੂੰ ਬੜੇ ਅਵਾਰਡ ਮਿਲੇ ਆ ਜੀ, ਆਨਰਸ ਮਿਲੇ ਆ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਰੀਅਰ ਦੇ ਦੌਰਾਨ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੈਨੇਡੀ ਆਨਰਸ ਕੈਨੇਡੀ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਆਨਰਸ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਜੀ 1999। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਡੈਕੋਰੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਵਿਦ ਬੈਜਿਸ ਆਫ chivalric orders by the 5 Nordic countries, receiving the Order of the Dannebrog, Denmark, Order of Vasa, Sweden ਤੋਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੀ ਜੀ। In 1973, the Knight First Class of the Order of Saint Olav, Norway, Order of the White Rose of Finland, and the Order of Falcon, Iceland ਤੋਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ। ਸੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 14 ਮਾਰਚ 2009 ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਟੈਲੀਵਿਜ਼ਨ ਸੀਰੀਅਲ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ। 100 years of music and laughter aired on PBS ਚੈਨਲ ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ, ਕੋਈ PBS ਸੀਗਾ ਜੀ, ਪਬਲਿਕ ਬ੍ਰੌਡਕਾਸਟਿੰਗ ਸਰਵਿਸ, ਅਮਰੀਕਨ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਬ੍ਰੌਡਕਾਸਟਰ ਐਂਡ ਨਾਨ ਕਮਰਸ਼ੀਅਲ free to air TV network based in Arlington, Virginia। ਸੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਰਿਲੀਜ਼ ਦੇ ਹਵਾਲੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਡੈਨਿਸ਼ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਸ਼ਨ ਕੰਪਨੀ M&M ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਸ਼ਨ both a TV series and cinematic film about the life of Borg were foreseen to be filmed in 2018। ਇਹ 2017 ਚ ਅਨਾਉਂਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੰਨੀ ਕੋਈ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ। 23 ਦਸੰਬਰ 2000 ਨੂੰ ਬੋਰਜ ਦੀ ਡੈਥ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਜੀ, ਗ੍ਰੀਨਵਿਚ ਕਨੈਕਟੀਕਟ। 91 ਈਅਰ ਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਜੀ ਇਹ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 75 ਸਾਲ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਐਂਟਰਟੇਨ ਕੀਤਾ, ਪੀਸਫੁਲੀ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਅਲਵਿਦਾ ਕਹਿ ਕੇ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਕੋਟ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਆਹ ਵਾਲੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਜੀ, the laughter is the shortest distance between two individuals। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਕੋਟ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਗਰੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਡਿਸਅਗਰੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ। Laughter is the shortest distance between two individuals। ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਜੀ ਇਸ ਵਕਤ ਐਬਟਸਫੋਰਡ BC ਤੋਂ ਸੁਪਰਫਾਸਟ ਪਲੇਨ ਲੈ ਕੇ 10:30 ਵਜੇ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੁਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਪਣੀ ਕੁਰਸੀ ਸਮੇਤ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਜੀ। ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ 'ਚ ਕੁਰਸੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦੀ, ਕੁਰਸੀ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਹੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਬਚ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੁਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਸਟੇਜ 'ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਜੀ। ਹੁਣ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਬੋਲਣੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੁਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਆ। ਸਾਡੇ ਬੜੇ ਮਾਤੜ ਸਾਥੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ 'ਚ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲੈਣਗੇ, ਭਾਈ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਬੋਲੇ। Welcome, Mr. Sura. How are you, sir?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Life
really
is
well.
good.
Yes.
Let me remove Victor Borge from your face.
So yes, absolutely interesting quote. I guess, laughing is contagious, right? With a little bit of humor or a smile, it can shorten the distance for sure. I completely agree with that. 100%.
Very good. Well,
Yeah.
just see how people see things, different perspectives.
Mhm.
And this is, I guess the most convincing thought. It is actually a shortest distance between two individuals. When you smile at someone at a bus stop, you don't know the person, but you smile at him and he smiles back at you, and then there is instant connection. And you start talking, you start sharing information, start talking about yourself, except that you don't say, hey, I'm a realtor, do you want to sell? Anything other than that is okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, long time ago when I started the real estate journey, it was a couple different encounters I had, which kind of startled me, right? At the end of the day, I'd met a gentleman at an open house, and he happened to be at a place that I collected my coffee every morning.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, "Hey, how you doing? How's the house sale going?" I says, "Great." And
Okay.
he says, "I'm sitting with a friend of mine. Come and meet him." So I go there merrily and I says, "Hi, I'm Amrit with the Remax." And he goes, "Oh, well, I'll shake your hand because you're a human being."
Yes.
You know,
Well,
not
that's so
necessarily because
true.
you're a realtor.
Yeah, you shake your hand because you are a human being. We stop being human beings. ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈ ਨਾ, oh sorry, English. We all become robotic because we only talk business, 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 sleeping, eating, dancing, shopping, walking, in the garden, on the terrace. Everywhere we only say one thing. Hey, do you want insurance? It is very critical. Ask me how you can get insurance. Are you stressing yourself out with your business? Let me help you with taking the stress away. And what about the stress the person himself or herself is taking while on a vacation, doing the videos to get more and more people to follow or to sell items to? So
Right.
you need a break, right?
Sure. You do need a break. I mean, it depends. I mean, do you consider serving community uh, a not a problem, but would you consider it as a job? I mean, the gratification you get when you're here to serve the community, you could change lives on a massive scale, right? So I suppose the intention has to be good, and um, with everything being on a negative perspective in the media, I think the focus for people who are in the service industry end up facing the brunt of all the negative accusations, right? So again, you have to overlook that and think, okay, well, how can I add value to the people I encounter on a day-to-day basis?
You are very right. Well,
So
that's
before
really
before
true.
before you
We have to
continue,
be positive minded, enjoy life, let people enjoy their life. They don't want to be haggled 24/7 for no reason. If you are around, they understand that yes, you are here. If they need you, trust me, they are going to give you a call right away. They say, hey, I want to talk to you. How are you doing? So, good news, Amrit, if you remember, I gave my prediction about inflation a few days back when I said I believe it will be 7 or 7.1%. I have no intricate calculations or worksheets or tons of people to help me around with the statistical data. But this is what came out from Stats Canada yesterday, that inflation has come down from 7.6% to 7%, 0.6% down.
that is fantastic. So before you continue, can you read the text I'm sending you or not
Yes,
on your
sure. Where
system?
is the text? Are you texting it to
I
my
don't think you
phone
can.
or in the chat
In the chat.
on this platform?
Yeah. But the
Okay, I will find out.
I think your volume's a little bit low, so
Really?
we want to make we want to make sure people hear your
Can
voice
you hear me
clearly.
now? Is it fine?
More,
Or
a little bit more, please.
you want me to shout at you?
No, that's good. Excellent.
Yeah?
Yeah, now people will be hearing you loud and clear. We want to see, the thing is, we want to get the right message at the right tonality to the people out there, right?
Yeah, well, I thought I'm speaking fantastic unless you pointed it out. Hey, and I got new studio lights at my place. They're all LEDs, nice, sleek, sexy. Those big bulb ones, I'm throwing them out. So I got all LEDs, and that I can control using my phone app. So right here I can turn them off. Right here I can turn them on. How cool is that?
It's amazing, the technology these days.
We are making money without any business.
So that's great. 7% now, hey? The
It
inflation.
is 7%. Yeah, it is 7% now. But the tragedy of the life is The grocery is still on the higher side. This is so dangerous because unless people can buy food or grocery for their day-to-day life, they are going to be in a very bad situation. So inflation rate has come down, but the groceries have gone up by 10.8%. It was 9.9% in, I guess, July and 8.8 in June. So we are trending higher as far as grocery is concerned. So this is what CBC News has said, that economists had been expecting the rate to come in at 7.3% after inflation rose to a 40-year high of 8.1% earlier this summer. Instead, the rate deaccelerated by even more than expected because the gas prices became cheaper during the month. That's the only reason of dropping inflation rate. So gas prices, they fell by 9.6% from August. So now, while the gas prices became cheaper, the cost of groceries have risen up to 10.8% on an average. So, and they also gave a split. It says condiments, spices, and vinegars 17.2% up from the last year. Bakery products 15.4% up from the last year. Non-alcoholic beverages 14.1% up from the last year. Fresh fruit 13.2%. Sugar and confectionery, which is dangerous for your health, 11.3%. Fish, seafood, and other marine products, 8.7%. So this is what you should be eating more now. Dairy products, 7%. Meat, 6.5%. So meat, dairy products, and fish, they are below 10. Rest everything is above 10.
So an average of 10.8. So again, looking at it in that perspective, and CBC's announcement to send the message across to people, you know, the message certainly is in some people's perspective, they'll think, okay, well, this is really going to um, hit us, and maybe our grocery runs might have to be curtailed as opposed to twice a month to
Mhm.
once a month. Um, and the powers that be at the federal level, um, getting a reduction of 0.6% in a matter of less than 3 weeks, correct?
Mhm.
Has made a certain impact. Yes, the oil prices are lower. Um, Now, do you foresee another um, rise in interest rates coming up soon in order to tackle that inflation rate? And certainly, I think there's going to be some more uh, aggressive approaches on the kind of work we do or what the banks do as far as lending is concerned. Um, a further rise might help um, reduce that inflation rate a little bit sooner too. Do you agree or?
Well, this is what I understand, and this is the core topic today. Will the slowing down or downslide of inflation rate also freeze the interest rate high? If you remember, in September announcement, I think it was September 7 when they announced, they categorically stated that there are going to be more aggressive measures to tackle inflation. They want to bring inflation between target range of 2 to 3%. So unless that comes down there, it will keep rising the rates. So we are expecting when they announce in October, the rate will go up again, maybe 50 basis point or 75 basis point. I think there was some announcement coming today from our US counterparts. I didn't get a chance to look at that, but I guess they were expecting to increase. The Feds clearly indicated they are not going to let go of the momentum in bringing the inflation down. That means continuous implementation of rate increases till inflation is tamed like a puppy, which can wag its tail when you pat it. So this is where we probably are headed to. So I'm still seeing strong chances of interest rates going up. Well, I had an economist on my show a few days back, and this is what he told me. He said it is customary or it's kind of tradition for the central banks to take their rates of interest to a level at which inflation rests. So he is expecting the bank rates to go up to 7%.
Wow,
Yep.
that's an impactful statement.
Yeah. So this is what we are expecting, and I'm hoping things are going to go slightly tougher, and I don't know how far this will last. But I'm guessing somewhere third quarter of 2023, we are going to see kind of cutting down on the interest rates, but not right now. What do you think?
So yeah, absolutely. Again, it's like um, it almost seems like a dog chasing its tail, right? So they want to get everything down to a certain point, but you've got to calm the dog down first. So before it gets to the stage where the interest rates are going to be coming down,
Yeah,
they have to um, calm everything down as far as the inflation rate's concerned. So, but it's a in some perspective, it's a positive thing that it's come down in 2 weeks, 0.6%.
yeah, no 2 weeks, the whole month, because July was 7.6, and then we went to the whole August. So the statement always comes later. This time it came on 20th September,
Okay.
that is yesterday. So they announced the rate, inflation rate drop yesterday at exactly 10 a.m. EST. So Feds are expected to announce their overnight lending rate or whatever they call it, policy rate. I guess it is 2 p.m. today, Eastern time.
Right. So then they
So,
can make another
having
announcement.
said that, I do not think the house prices are going to stabilize for a while. We might still see rates coming down, like I said before. Many banks have predicted the rates to drop between 10% to 20% by end of 2023. So let's see where it goes, because that's all assumptions, guessworks. No statistical data is 100% accurate. So one economist makes one set of assumption, another makes another set of assumption. The results are totally different, right? So have you heard about that quote? I am trying to remember that. There are lies, damn lights, and statistics.
Right. Yeah. I mean, numbers can be manipulated in any way you want, right? So,
Any way you want. So how you want to show a rosy picture all depends on which assumption you pick up, right?
yeah.
And then twisting that, this is how statistics are done. So there are lies, damned lies, and statistics.
It's like an opinion of value.
Hmm. Well, thank you very much for being with us, and we'll come back after a quick break. Are you looking for a reliable legal office that can handle your closing in the most effective manner? If yes, please get in touch with Rakesh Joshi at 416-213-8600. Joshi Law Office provides all the legal advices about real estate law, business law, immigration laws, notarization and affidavits, wills and trust. Give them a call today, 416-213-8600. Are you looking for reliable immigration services? If yes, contact Sukhi Paul at 647-296-4575 or office phone number 905-790-8877. They are located at 219-220 at 7956 Torban Road. It's right at the intersection of Torban Road and Steeles Avenue West. Contact them for all kind of visa services. Finding an honest and diligent insurance and investment advisor is a rarity these days. If you are looking for great advice, contact Mr. Bhupendra Mane, who is the regional director of Cosmos Financial Center. They are located at Unit number 830 Top Flight Drive, Mississauga. The phone number to call is 647-448-6229. Give them a call today. Is your business suffering from performance? If yes, it is the right time to call Ravinder Duggi at 416-807-7986. She will find out the weak points and the points where the performance issues are paramount and help you fix those issues. Give her a call today. Do not be late. Are you looking to buy or sell your home or any commercial real estate? If yes, call me today at 647-333-2273 or 647-328-3279. I provide services in real estate and mortgages. I am mortgage broker with Akal Mortgages Inc., where when we say yes, we stand behind our promise. Reach out to me today. Do you want to shop right without burning your pockets? If yes, please visit Monisha Discount Warehouse at 377 Burnhamthorpe Road, East Mississauga, Ontario. They are the best. They have all kind of Indian, Pakistani and other local stuff that you can buy at literally throwaway prices. Contact them at 905-361-0773. Monisha Discount Warehouse. D.P. Jain is a well-known name in the fields of accounting. You can contact him today at his cell number 416-305-0080 or his office number 905-790-9327. Once you start working with him, you will never want to leave him. He is 5-star professional. Call him today. D.P. Jain Professional Corporation. PC24 retv is heard over so many different channels. If you want to promote your business for free, call me at 647-333-2273. You can also send your artwork to contact@paulchima.com. We are here to be partners in your business success. 647-333-2273. Thank you very much for staying with us. Me and Amrit Sura are here to serve you today. So you have any question, feel free to throw them at us. And I would like to remind you that we have a $100 gift card contest going on. If you participate in 3 of our episodes, give your feedback, interact with us, or even give us a phone call, we will enroll you into a draw for $100 gift card. The draw is on 23rd not February, 23rd September, which is Friday. And you have to be present in the show. You should be 18 years older or plus, and you should be Canadian resident. We are not sending the gift card overseas. We don't know if it works there or not, so we'll stay local. 3 episodes. Any comments? Even you can go back on our pre-recorded episodes and hear them and then send your comment. will still accept you there. We have spoken about ID theft, and we have also spoken about another important topic, which was grow houses and the red flag. We would like to share some information about money laundering and the red flags. There are so many measures in place, Amrit, but still people do not hesitate to do what is unlawful. It's very hard to stop people, making them understand that they are not the smarter people. The government is much smarter than they are.
100%. Yeah. I mean, the government has implemented strategies in order to have, indicators. When you're doing a transaction, obviously, we have to report and record a FinTrack for our compliance officer. Um, at the end of the day, we're doing our part to minimize any flow of ill-gotten gains at the end of the
Yeah,
day. So disclosure at the end of the day is the key thing. Any transaction in excess of $10,000 must be reported. I mean, a lot of people that may have visited a bank and required a $100,000 draft, may have faced the same set of questions. And that's just a form which gets put into the file that is then held in electronically held in the conveyance part of the offices, and then if there is an audit, there's definitely a if there's an audit and if there's anything missing, then people can ask questions and say, okay, well, what is this? You don't want to be part of a STR, which is a suspicion transaction report, right? So
that could be
even
dangerous
to the point
situation for them.
where did the deposit come from, right? The account holder, the name of the person has to be on there who's going to be the purchaser for the property.
You are right. So, but there are people who don't understand how this thing works and what people do about laundering their money. But I will come back to it later on. Do you have anything else to share with our clients, our people? Sorry, not clients. Would I stop talking audience as clients or consumers? It always keeps bothering me. Our language has become so fixated. We always use it. Customers, client, sale, purchase.
So, one point to note, one of my clients reached out yesterday and he says, well, with the declines that they're seeing in the offers out there as far as the prices that sellers are asking now, because it's come down substantially, they want to extend their search criteria. So that might leave a lot more opportunity, which people may not have explored in the earlier months of this year, right? So they were restricted to one specific type of property. Now there's more opportunity. Maybe if they were in a budget of a townhouse, maybe they can extend their search to a single family home. There's some interesting homes coming on the market in a city which is very close to Abbotsford called Mission. So Mission, I've seen at least 10 different properties under 900,000 in the Mission area. So, which is still very well located. They've got the West Coast Express, which connects the valley to Vancouver City. You could be downtown Vancouver in a matter of 55 minutes to 55 minutes. Within 1 hour, you could be downtown at the waterfront.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So
That's
a lot
very
of people,
close, huh?
yeah, that's very close. I mean, at the end of the day, people want to be able to have the time for enjoyment
Yeah.
and enjoy parts of the West Coast that normally would be out of bounds, right?
Out
So
of down, yeah. Because the closer you are, the better it is for you.
yes,
The,
absolutely.
the
Yeah.
projects are coming up focusing on this because I think builders also understand that it's not easy for people to buy houses at a distant places and then spend money on transit too. So they are kind of coming down where they can bring smaller homes which are affordable to more people, and at least the people can stay closer to transit. So that saves a lot of money. If you drive your vehicle to your workplace, average cost may be $300 to $400 per month, maybe at today's gas prices. But when you're closer,
Yeah.
it really saves you a lot of money. So when we talk about money laundering, there are a couple things people can be aware of. So join me in sharing this information, Amrit. How can people spot red flags? And I will share this screen right here. So this is as per data compiled with Financial Transaction Reports Analysis Center of Canada. You can reach them at 1-866-346-8722 or www.fintrac.gc.ca. fintrac.gc.ca. There's no K. And the phone number is 1-866 shoot 1-866-346-8722. So as per them, this is what they share some information with us, that the red flag is when client arrives at a real estate closing with a significant amount of cash. There are still some people who think they can bring $300,000 on the table. What do you think?
In cash. Yeah, that would be a red flag for sure,
That
right?
will be a big red flag. So if there is a
Any
client and
amount
you're
of
selling
cash.
it by yourself, and someone says, "Hey, I will pay you $300,000 cash under the table. Can you lower the price for me on the other side?" Don't do it, because you may be participating in what is called money laundering. That's the biggest offense anyone can get in. There's one thing that you can basically be very aware of. And the second thing is, client purchases property in the name of a nominee, such as an associate or a relative. Straw buyers, and the person doesn't come on the forefront. Someone else goes on title, but someone else is talking with you and trying to strike a deal. This is another red flag. If you could keep this in your hindsight. And then the client does not want to put his or her name on any document that would connect them with the property, or uses different names on offers, closing documents, and deposit receipts. So be very careful when you are dealing with these things, because not knowing law is not an excuse. It is very important that you understand these things. So why are we sharing this in this podcast? To help you uh, explore further, get deeper into that, and find out if what the person is doing with you is legit or not. Because at the end of the day, you are going to be facing some very hard nuts to crack. And clients inadequately explain the last minute substitution of the purchasing party's name. Well, this is good for a realtor friend too, Amrit. Even we should be aware of these things, not just the
Yeah.
community, because we are keeping the phraseology to client, that also applies to us as well. But at the same time, people should also be aware that, hey, listen, they cannot get into this kind of business. If this is going on, they can be in big trouble. So, and then the client negotiates a purchase for market value or above asking price. records a lower price on documents, paying the difference under the table. That was something I said in the beginning. Hey, I will pay you $300,000 cash. Can you lower the price? You say yes, and you take his SHI. There is a asterisk mark and then T there, and then you are in trouble, right? SH asterisk mark and T after that. You take that, and the person is free. No, you are wearing the troublesome hat. So be careful about that. This is very, very critical if you are a realtor or if you are a commoner who should understand how this works. And then the client sells property below. This is the opposite of what we just talked about. When a client sells property under the table payment, this is also called MONEY, LAUNDERING. And another thing, client pays initial deposit with a check from a third party other than a spouse or a parent. Has it ever happened in your life, Amrit?
So no, you know, at the end of the day, you have to have anyone who's going to be on the contract of purchase and sale and is eventually on title. Their name has to be put on wherever you receive the draft from, right? Otherwise, you have to verify who that individual is, and then there's a second set of documents that you have to file for FinTrack on that person who's a third party.
Yeah.
So,
It is very tough for people to do money laundering given the amount of compliance realtors have at their disposal. And so many regulators, boards, associations, RICO, then CREA, then this or that. Oh my God, our life is kind of very difficult. So a client pays initial deposit with a check, and it's a third party check. His name does not exist. And then client also pays substantial down payment in cash, and balance is financed by unusual source or an offshore bank. I have never come across this. This is new for me, but it's worth keeping an eye on. There's no harm, keeping knowledge. You never know when it will be handy in your business. I never have any client pay cash down payment. They are always struggling with money. The client
yeah,
purchases.
this
Yeah,
is it, right?
yeah, this is it. All my clients are struggling for $20,000-$30,000. And one of our deal didn't go through because the client couldn't get 75 grand because of drop in value. The deal fell through and we are selling it again after 6 months. And then client purchases personal use property under corporate veil when this type of transaction is inconsistent with the ordinary business of the client. There are a couple things like that. But I don't know. I don't monitor my clients every day. Client purchases property without inspecting it. Yeah. So even this is a crime now. So what about the offers that were written when the market was hot and those people never saw the property before putting their offer?
Sight unseen offers, yeah.
Yeah, so this is something like that. Client purchases property without inspecting it. It is not a home inspection. This is without seeing it.
Yeah, sometimes that could be a requirement for if it's a tenanted property, right? So I've encountered in the past where we've listed homes where the buyer's side has put in an offer, without seeing the property, obviously subject to the viewing of a property between a certain time.
Yeah.
So then we end up organizing the viewing in accordance to providing enough notice to
Yeah.
tenants, and then moving forward. So
Yeah. One of buyer that was referred to me from Kelowna, she asked me to write an offer on a property, and she said, "You go see it. We can't come on time," and the offer date was the one she was talking to me on phone. Amrit, I was extremely upset and worried what this will lead to. So I told her it is not right. And she said, "Paul, you see the house. If you like it, we are going to buy it." I said, "Okay, but my liking can be totally different from your liking." Even husband, wife, they have different, likings when they go buy clothing. But now you're talking about buying a house. For me, this room could be very small, but for you, this could be adequate. So how do I define that? And tomorrow you come back and see the property, you will say, "Oh, Paul, you misguided us." And I had to take the person who referred them on three-way conference call. And I told him, "This is what she wants me to do. And can you stop her from doing it?" And he had a long discussion. We were on three-way call. They did come to Mississauga. They stayed here in a restaurant, in a kind of restaurant or ranch, kind of like a motel. But then
B and
they
B.
left because they didn't buy in Mississauga. They bought somewhere else. But they didn't buy sight unseen. I was very uncomfortable with the situation. And then there are people who buy multiple properties in a very short span of time and seems to have few concerns about location. They don't care. Okay, buy me this property, pay cash. Buy second property, pay cash. These all are indicators of or these are red flags of money laundering. I'm not saying you report them to police, but keep an eye open. Or client pays rent or the amount of lease in advance using a large amount of cash. Again, a red flag. Large remodeling or home improvement invoice with cash. This is very common. People do that all the time. And then client doesn't want correspondence sent to his home address. Client over justifies or over explains the transaction. I don't know what it means actually. I think I am not that good in English. Client over justifies or over explains the transaction. Do you understand something from this?
So again, they might give you multiple reasonings for the purpose of the transaction, right? So at the end of the day, I mean, also you have to look at the client as well. I mean, if it's a client that you've not met ever and they're over justifying or buying multiple properties, writing cash offers, now depending on whether you've transacted with the individual before, that might be a different set of circumstances, right? So there was plenty of buyers buying up different types of single family homes in a particular area which was highly desirable because of the rezoning process going on, right? So they might want to acquire the property quick and make sure that the person selling it is comfortable in dealing with them. So I've had numerous buyers which are clients, repeat clients. So at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you do your due diligence and do the right thing for them. So
yeah. Well, there's one thing, but ask away if you have any, concern or you didn't understand something. Just call those numbers, FinTrack's number. Give them a shout, ask them, send them an email. They will explain it to you. The client's home or business telephone number has been disconnected or there is no such number. is also a red flag for money laundering. I'm not sure how it works, but again, clarify with the authorities. Or client uses a post office box or general delivery address. These phrases or sentences or tips were created from information from Fintrac, fintrac.gc.ca. You can always visit the website and find out more about this information. Any question? Give us a shout. We'll like to connect you to the right authorities. So, how is market going on in your area? Are people buying more and more? Has it picked up, Amrit?
It hasn't picked up. What we're seeing is a steady decline in the the offers in the market as far as the listing price is concerned. So listing prices are generally dropping anywhere between 2 and 3%, and then they do another market evaluation. If it's still on the market, they'll wait until a couple weeks before dropping it again if they haven't had any consistent action. There has been, some price points where, because of the unique part of the region where the properties are, there've been multiple offers. So, very rare occasion, but nevertheless, they're still out there, and people are requiring the assistance to move, right? So at the end of the day, it's not as robust of a market as it was, but things are still moving along, right? There's more
Absolutely. Things
listings
are
coming
moving
up.
along. People who have to buy are buying. But I will come back to our original thought. The declining rates of inflation is not going to put a stop on the overnight lending rate increases. They will be there. They will continue rising till it comes between 2 to 3%, which is their standard expected, rate of inflation. Bank of Canada's primary job is to control the monetary market and making sure your money's value stays consistent. It has lost a lot in the last few months. So they want this happen because when money loses value, you bring more money to buy the same good you bought earlier for a lesser price. If you pay $1 today, it may be $1.75 next month if inflation keeps going up. So this is how the Bank of Canada comes in picture and tries to pull the lever down so the rates come down and demand goes zero. This is natural. It is nothing wrong with the housing market or with the mortgage market. They are all okay. Everything's going well and good. Nothing bad happening. It's just perspective. Do you know, Amrit, that Canadian rent prices, they have went up by 17.1%. It's a lot of increases. This is 3-year high, up from 17% from pandemic lows. This is from National Rent Report by the rentals.ca, and rentals.ca just provides a detailed summary of how the housing rents are moving in literally the entire of Canada. They do a lot of research on this.
Absolutely. I mean, I think they've got the main focus with being, shelter. Everybody requires shelter. So at some point in time, if there is a lack of availability for people to own, they have to rent. So rent prices go up a little bit, and at the end of the day, that leaves opportunity for an investor to buy places which will already be tenanted, or they can put in the market at a reasonable rate, depending on what the market allows, to offer the shelter space, right? So or rentals. At the end of the day, everybody's got to live somewhere.
Yeah, that is pretty right. So things are moving up on the grocery end, but overall rate of inflation is coming down. Your rates can still keep going up. I don't see them stopping because it was categorically stated by Bank of Canada that they will do whatever they have to do to bring inflation down to expected ranges of 2 to 3%. So they will do it. Not only they will do it, we'll have to support them to bring it down so we can enjoy our life once again, right? So we are at 11:25 a.m. We have 5 minutes to close the broadcast. Again, I would like to repeat that if you're watching this show on YouTube, kindly like, subscribe, and share with your friends and participate in our draw for $100, which will be announced on 23rd of this month, which is September. I remember it. So if nobody comes in, we will take this draw to the next Friday, probably 30th, if I'm right. 23%, 30th, right? We will do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the draw is there, the money is here for you, and you can always pick it up. If you would like to sponsor the draw, please let us know. We'll love to do it. And Amrit, we are restricting the broadcast to YouTube slowly. I cut down some channels today so we can drive traffic to our YouTube.
Perfect.
Yeah. So can you hold the fort for a minute? I will be back in a second.
Absolutely. Yeah. So one thing to understand as well is, the people that have their properties on the market, essentially, they should allow themselves to be encouraged still that there would be someone available for their property. It's just a matter of time before the right buyer comes in for that particular property. And you want to be in a reasonably well marketed price. Obviously, you do your due diligence and research with your local realtor to make sure that you're priced appropriately for the market. Because again, if you look at a $1 million mortgage, you're paying upwards of $6,000 a month. So a lot of sellers are realizing that this is a substantial amount of money. So it would take somebody who has the ability to perform on those type of payments. So it's a very important point. I think at the end of the day, perseverance, having the comfort level to understand that there is still demand for your type of real estate, wherever you might be living, whether it's on the East Coast or the West Coast. So you want to make sure you're ready for the journey. It may take
Ready for the journey is the key word here.
Yeah, exactly. It might take 6 months. You've got to be ready for that journey.
Yeah, and the
One more
journey,
thing I wanted to ask
the
you.
drivers are here to drive you to your next home. Amrit Sura, he holds driver's license for so many years. I hold driver's license in 2007. We can drive the bus to your home anytime. Amrit, you have any final thoughts you want to share and or tell people about something significant you may have?
So just generally make sure you explore every option with your mortgage specialist, mortgage broker. Maybe ask them how an increased amortization might help you at the closing table, an increased amount of deposit money, brought in by the right channels. I mean, family should be the forefront of being able to get you the additional deposit monies allowed. So make sure the options that you have are are all there, so you can get the right kind of guidance, right? So that's it, and be able to be patient is
Be
the
able to
main
be
message.
patient. Yeah, that's a nice phrase. I don't know what you ate this morning, but you are coining amazing phrases today. Okay, we can drive you to your home and we can make your life easy and better. So, anyways, I hope you watched this program and you got some education. At the same time, I'd like you to give us a feedback, just like a comment anytime, and then get enrolled in our amazing draw for $100. Seeing the engagement, the price can be increased too. We have great people to support this award. So please be there. And before we close the program, just like always, I say this. Our thoughts are with the families of those who have lost their beloved ones. So the life is not guaranteed. At some point in time, it goes back to where it came from, the ultimate we call God or heavens or hell, whatever it is. But we return to the same point we originated from. So we have to remember the legacies. We have to be strong to carry on our life and do what is expected of us in this life. We sympathize with all those families who have lost their beloved one. May the soul rest in peace and you get strength to overcome this vacuum in your life. Thank you very much for being with us. It's time for us to say goodbye. Goodbye, sir. Stopping the broadcast in 3.